Well, the South African Weather Service has warned of disruptive rains in large parts of Gauteng and Kwa-Zulu Natal between Thursday and Friday. Some localized flooding has since been reported in both regions. To discuss the impact and what we can expect for the rest of the weekend, we're joined by forecaster for the South African Weather Service, Kholofelo Mahlangu. Kholofelo, thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining us on our platform this morning. So we know that the weather warning for KZN was lowered to a level 2 yesterday. What can you tell us about that?
Good morning to you, Ntokozo, and your listeners. I'm going to start off by saying that the warnings were issued out for the past few days. Today we have a bit of clearance, so that's quite a bit of good news for our people. We can expect a 30% chance for Gauteng, Mpumalanga, Limpopo, the eastern parts of the northwest, going all the way into KZN, and there's no warning issued out for today. So I'm looking at yesterday's rainfall figures. We did record rainfall amounts over 60 millimeters in places, which caused quite a lot of flooding in places. Especially KZN, because we know that the infrastructure was already damaged from the previous floods, so that caused quite a bit of danger for them yesterday. Looking at places like Port Edwards, there was about 49.6 millimeters of rainfall recorded there. Paddock, it was 64.8. And Mount Edgecombe, 38.2 millimeters. In Virginia, we see amounts of 41.6 millimeters. And we're still awaiting some reports that usually comes in at 8. That will give us just a tally of all the rainfall that fell yesterday over those places that I've mentioned.
Right. Even though we are seeing some clearance, as you've mentioned, and only about 30% chances of rain in Gauteng and other areas, we have seen some prolonged rain for a few days this week and rainfall accumulation in some of these areas. What's the caution that you're issuing to residents, to motorists within these weather conditions, even though we are seeing some of it clearing up?
I must say motorists and just pedestrians should try to avoid flooded roads, because you never know how deep that water runs. So try avoiding some flooded roads, collapsed bridges and, stuff like that, because any amount of rainfall that will fall over the KZN areas especially might cause a little bit of runoff, since the surface is already saturated. So that's the one thing I think people should just be careful of, and also maybe keep an eye on some weather reports just to see if there's any updates as the day goes by. But at the moment, I think most places are out of danger.
All right, well, Kholofelo, thank you so much. We'll leave it there for now. That was South African Weather Services forecaster Kholofelo Mahlangu taking us through today's forecast.